Hey there, this is my go at playing the Pokemon fan game, Pokemon Infinite Fusion. Well, if you've never heard of this thing, it's pretty wacky. It's combinations of 2 different Pokemon, sometimes even 3, all the time, to make just weird looking forms of Pokemon. And you know what? I love it. It is so cool. So I started a new game here. I made my name Jay, as the username would suggest. And I started learning about DNA splicers. It's basically these cheap things that Silph Co is selling in this Pokemon Infinite Fusion game, and you can take literally any 2 Pokemon. I mean, I don't even need to explain. You guys kind of figured it out, but 2 Pokemon, combine them, and basically make any new Pokemon with the moves and typing combined and the stats combined, I believe. So I named my rival Cornelius because it's just an annoying name, and I run into his dad, Professor Oak, and he offers me 3 different Pokeballs. And this part I thought was pretty normal. Just get a look at the 3 different Pokemon. I end up taking the best one, Charmander. I feel like that's pretty classic. And I battle my rival, and he has a Squirtsaur. So already, I don't know how he did it, but he took these drugs and he transformed him into one Pokemon. So I beat the Squirtsaur and felt pretty good about myself. I named my Pokemon Spicy because I thought that was really cool and original. I'm sure nobody's ever done that before with their Charmander. So I hit Route 1, and I'm looking in the grass, and I really I'm curious about what this whole fusion game means, and right away I run into a Pidgelia or whatever, like a Tangela. It was pretty cool. I killed it, and honestly, really sick idea for a game. It's mind-blowing to me, like how the coding would have to work on all this stuff. Like, how do you get the over 200,000 Pokemon that they claim to be in the game? But I'm pumped about it. I'm thankful. It's also not that hard to download if anyone wants to download this game. But I first set up my DNA splicers, but I didn't want Spicy to have to merge with any of those ugly bug Pokemon, so I did it with my Kakuna and Metapod. Thought that like pretty classic, even though they only know Harden. And that gave me this weird looking thing with, I don't know, nothing really special about it. I guess it's about what you would think. It looks like if new gens would like introduce a new Pokemon, but you can actually change the sprites for which one you want to use, and so I thought that was pretty cool. Cocoon Pokemon is what it was called. So here's just kind of a, I don't know, slideshow of all the different Pokemon I run into. It's pretty hilarious. I love this game, and I can tell that the farther you get into it, the cooler like mergers you can get. Because like obviously a Pidgey and a Fearow merging together aren't that cool, but like if you had like, you know, Pidgey and Chandelure, like that's gonna be pretty sick. So here I'm just fighting a bunch of random Pokemon. I kind of want you guys to see like how unique this game is. There's so many different types of like Pokemon. I feel like you could play it for hours and hours and hours on end and continue to like see new things. So here I'm like, I want an electric and normal type, I guess. And I got this weird looking Pichu and Pidgey sprite, but then I actually could change it to a better sprite. I don't know, love this game. So this time I evolved, I think my Butterfree, but still had Kakuna. And then I fused Pichu and Charmander, and that was a good call. And Pidgey and Meowth, which kind of looks ugly. But here I go, I'm continuing, I'm trying to make my way towards Brock, and my Beedrill evolved into, you know, Beedrill. And here I'm just collecting berries and getting ready for Brock. I had already passed him at this point, but I wanted to train up my team, and it was cool looking at all the different stuff this game had. It's definitely based off of like the Fire Red games, but definitely like a cool game to play. Here I'm at the Rock-type gym. I just want to beat Brock, and show him who's boss. So Spicy was maybe not the best call for that, an electric and fire type. I don't know what I was thinking. So here I go to battle him, and I use my Butterdrill to lead. He's only level 11, but his guys aren't that strong. And of course I used my stupid electric fire Pokemon. I don't know what I was doing. I lost to a Diglett Onix mix. So as I died there, I actually ended up evolving him into the Charmeleon, and that helped. And I went back to Brock with a little bit stronger team. So here I go. Geogy was his leading Pokemon. I used my Butterdrill, it was a little stronger. And I actually had a Mankey and like Jigglypuff merger, and that did work because he had some fighting type moves. So I was able to beat the first gym, and man, is this game addicting. I think once I actually got going and got to see how many different Pokemon I could start merging, like I didn't really know how it would work. But here I spent 2.5 hours just to beat Brock. Like I feel like that's kind of embarrassing, but here we go. I got into Mount Moon. Mount Moon didn't have a whole lot, but at least it's better than seeing just Zubats. You can see like Zubats merged with something, you know, which was better. Here I found a rare candy, and eventually got to talk to Brock again. He gives you the TM, like to break the rocks open, Rock Smash. But then I caught an Onix. Onix was a fun one because it's so big, I was thinking, okay, Onyx can fuse with something good. So of course I unmerged my Charmeleon and made him merge with the Onyx, and that looked cool. This one's kind of derpy. Nose Pass, Pika Pass. And then I kept going, and then Team Rocket, turns out instead of fusing just 2 Pokemon, like I said in the beginning, there's even 3 mergers. I believe the legendary birds maybe appear later in the game, but this scientist tried to beat me with this abomination of a Pokemon. This isn't even ethical to make those 2 combine, but my Rock Snake, Charmeleon, Onyx beat him pretty good. So finally, the merger of those 3, I guess fusion, did not work, which I kind of wanted to see it work. I was kind of bummed with them. But then I picked up a Dome Fossil from the scientist guy, just beat up, and then headed on my way towards the second gym into Cerulean City. I just kept looking in the grass for new Pokemon. That's kind of all I cared about. In this game, it's kind of funny because like progression's like not as important. You're actually more so like interested in like what new Pokemon fusions you can have. Our rival here had a Nidioto, which is kind of derpy, and I beat him with my Charmeleon, Onyx, Rock Snake, and then also had this like Sandslash Zubat merger, and he was doing work actually. That was a good combination for me. Squidward here, not a good idea. I think in a little bit I'm going to unmerge him. But I caught a Bellsprout, which was cool. I definitely needed that grass type if I was going to take on Misty, the second gym leader. Here I am also catching an Oddish. I'm trying to catch as many Pokemon as I can. Some of them like Pidgey and Spearow are like a little bit more boring, but something like Abra, I don't know how I'm going to do the evolution for Alakazam, but I caught an Abra here. And I actually fused him together with Pikachu, which was kind of cool. And then also Oddish and Charmeleon, you know, not my best sprite. But then, yeah, Bellawesome and, or not Bellawesome, but Bellsprout and Onyx, that was a pretty derpy one. So here I am, Misty's gym, facing a bunch of swimmers. And I am pretty prepared. Look at my Pikachu onesie that somebody gave me, I guess. Shelby, that's kind of random. But then my Pikachu Abra did work with Electro Ball, and yeah, I was getting a lot better at predicting which Pokemon would be good to actually use in a gym. So here I go, second gym leader, Misty. You get to choose 2 Pokemon, so it's actually easier. You're not actually having to worry about having your whole team with a good type matchup. So I used my Pikachu Abra, and unfortunately, 2 times in a row, I lost to the gym leader. I feel like I just need to prepare better. So, of course, I went into the wild and evolved him into a Kadabra. That's actually worked better for me. The stats are definitely better. And then Pikachu and Bellsprout got the merger, and also Onyx and Nosepass, Oddish and Mankey. That one doesn't look good. And then this one is definitely the coolest one of the run-through so far. This is Charmeleon and Kadabra. 2 like middle evolution guys merging together. And with that, I was barely able to beat Misty, but I did to beat the Odd U to take the second gym badge, which will conclude this video, the Cascade badge. But yeah, I seriously recommend playing this game. I just want to show you guys my experience so far. If you'd like to see more, let me know. But here is just my gameplay. As you can see, I have quite the lineup of Pokemon right now. Belchew, Oddkey, Meowfree, Flappers, my Sandslash, just all kinds of stuff here. With that, thank you for watching Pokemon Infinite Fusion. I'll see you in the next one.